Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Guruji. I welcome you all. I welcome you all to our Bhagavad Gita class. If you're joining for the first time, I welcome you once again. And I also encourage all of you to use the chat window to post any of your questions related to Bhagavad Gita or in general, so that Timur Prabhu can coordinate all your questions at the end of the lecture, and Guruji will make sure to answer all your questions. Now, Guruji will start with today's Bhagavad Gita class. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanassalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhisham Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Chapatitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaga Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigragam Anadi Radhir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Hare Krishna. By the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we have successfully finished 28 slokas in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Viswarupa, the universal form. So we are very fortunate to understand about Krishna's Viswarupa from this Bhagavad Gita in the 11th chapter. In fact, we are very, very fortunate to understand all about Krishna. So Krishna is saying that anyone who knows me, Tattvataga. Tattvataga means about Krishna. In fact, Tattvataga means in fact. If anyone knows Krishna in fact, completely. Janma karma cha me divyam yevam yo veti tattvataga. Also Krishna said that manushyanam sahasresu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataga. Kaschin mam veti tattvataga. Janma karma cha me divyam yevam yo veti tattvataga. Manushyanam sahasresu kaschit Mam veti tattvataga. That is, yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataga. So, to know Krishna in full, to understand more about Krishna, all about Krishna, is very, very important for us. Because if we know about Krishna only, then only we can actually understand that we are not the body, we are the soul, and we can develop that loving relationship with Krishna. In this material world, for example, if you know someone who is in a big position, someone who is a director, or someone, even if you know, for example, if you know a great person like a leader, someone, so then if you know him very well, so then even materialistically speaking also, even in the material world also, that person is very fortunate actually. because he can easily approach that person because he knows that person. And that person also knows him well. So then materially speaking, so whatever we want, we can get things done very easy. But here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Lord of the Lords, who is the God of the gods, who is the refuge of the worlds, Deva Deva, Jagannivasa, Devesha. So there is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Krishna knows us. If we also know about Krishna very well, then we can establish our connection with Krishna. Then we can approach Krishna. We can go to Krishna. We can remember Krishna. We can serve Krishna. We can surrender unto Krishna. We can love and surrender unto Krishna out of love and devotion if we know Krishna. If you don't know Krishna in this material world, that means we are fools, mudas, vimudatma, fools, if we don't know Krishna. That is the fact. Krishna is saying many times in Bhagavad Gita. So, we should get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and we should know about Krishna. Of course, Krishna knows about us. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, knows all about us. He knows everything about us. Krishna knows. But we should know Krishna. That's what is very important. We should know Krishna. We should go to Krishna. We should remember Krishna. That's what is very important. Then only we can connect with Krishna. That is possible. It's very easy, very much possible by understanding this complete Bhagavad Gita. Here we are knowing all about Krishna. Because Arjuna is asking Krishna to tell about his opulence. Vistarena atmano yogam vibhudim cha parantapa bhuyaga kataya triptrigi shrunvato nasti me amritam. So he explained to me about you in detail, about your vibhuti, about your opulence in detail. I want to know. That's what Arjuna told Krishna. Even though Krishna's opulence is unlimited, but Krishna gave some knowledge about Krishna. We understand in the 10th chapter, we understood about the Vibhuti Yoga, how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God and how he is pervading this entire universe. How we can see Krishna is everything. That's what is very important. Now in the 11th chapter, in the Viswarupa, we are understanding even more about Krishna, all about Krishna. That's what is very important. So, by studying this Bhagavad Gita, we are knowing about Krishna. Itimam yobijanati karmabe nasabadhyate. Krishna says in the 4th chapter, 14th sloka, Namam karmani limpanti, name karma palas prigha. Itimam yobijanati karmabir nasabadhyate. No activities. My activities don't bind me. That's what. Na karmani mam limpanti. None of my activities will bind me. That's what Krishna is saying. Now do I aspire for any results. Name karma pales prikha. So we need to know about Krishna. Krishna has no duty to do. Krishna is not responsible. Krishna has no responsibility to do anything. But he does it for us. He comes here millennium after millennium. There is nothing forces Krishna to come here, appear here, millennium after millennium. But to protect the pious and annihilate the miscreants and establish the principles of dharma, principles of righteousness, I descend millennium after millennium. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinasaya cha duskritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So Krishna comes here. But nothing binds him. Nothing forces him. He is not under the control of anything. He can be controlled only by his devotees. That's what we need to understand. When devotees ask something, Krishna cannot say no. Arjuna asked Krishna to drive his chariot. Krishna did that. Krishna didn't say no. Because Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita that you are my devotee, you are my friend. Bhaktosi me, Sakha cheti. I love you. Yategam priyamanaya, vakshyami hitakamyaya. Because I love you so much, for your benefit, I am giving you this most confidential knowledge. Bhuya eva mahabhago sunume paramam vachaga. Yategam priyamanaya, vakshyami hitakamyaya. So you hear from me about the paramam vachaga, the supreme words, the supreme knowledge. So by knowing which, it's for your benefit. For your benefit, I am giving you this knowledge. So Krishna is loving all of us, and Krishna is giving this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We need to get, we need to understand. We need to, in our life, this is a great opportunity we have got in this human life, human body. This is limited time, like a limited edition. So like that, it's a limited time here in our life. Everything is limited. There is limit for everything. So that's what we need to understand. So before the limit comes, before our life ends, we need to get ourselves freed from all the material bondage, all the karma bandha, janma bandha, everything. We need to free ourselves. We should use our life only for that purpose. Every day we should act. We should do everything only to free ourselves from the bondage what we have in this material world. We need to cut down all our connections in this material world. That means we should not establish new connections, material connections with material motives. Already existing entanglements, we need to come out of that. So that means we should not get ourselves entangled more in this material world, in this life. That's what is very important. So only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, it is possible for us to act in an intelligent way so that we won't be bound by anything in this world, by our actions. We should learn that art of performing our duties, that yoga karmasu kausalam, that kausalam. Kausalam means the art of performing our duties, our activities, and then do accordingly. That's what is very important. That means we need to have intelligence. We need to act with intelligence. That comes only if we are connected with Krishna. If we disconnect ourselves from Krishna, we won't be able to receive intelligence from Krishna. Because Krishna is continuously giving us intelligence. Krishna is continuously giving us knowledge. And if we forget Krishna, that means we are disconnecting ourselves from Krishna. If we ignore Krishna, so then we won't be able to receive the intelligence and knowledge from Krishna. So if we don't get the knowledge, if we don't get the intelligence, then we will be acting stupidly, we will be behaving stupidly and doing stupid things, and we will act like fools in this world. So at that point of time, we will keep committing mistakes after mistakes, sins after sins, and we will bind ourselves more and more in this material world. Our entanglement becomes very, very strong and very complex. So then it's very difficult for us to get out of this entanglement, this material connections. We are very fortunate we got this knowledge now, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We are studying every day. We are making great progress. And we are understanding all the slokas in length, in depth. So we are understanding. It's very important. Krishna is giving us the knowledge. Krishna is actually giving us the opportunity to understand, to study and understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, completely, without any doubt. Every sloka, each and every line. In our class every day, we are focusing only on Bhagavad Gita, nothing else. Only on Krishna, nothing else. We discuss, we study, we go through. Only Bhagavad Gita slokas, nothing else. So just by understanding this Bhagavad Gita fully, completely, our life will be full of light. It will be bright. Otherwise, it will be completely dark. So that way, we are very fortunate that Krishna is giving us this lamp of knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita, with which we can actually light up our life, with which we can actually destroy the darkness of ignorance. So then we know what to do in our life, how to act, how to live, what to eat, how to sleep, how much time to sleep, and how to control, basically how to regulate all our activities. That's what is very important. If we are not able to regulate, if everything goes out of our control, so then we are going to struggle, we are going to suffer in this material world. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, our goal is only to please Krishna. So then we need to do what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is asking us to control all our activities, to regulate all our activities. So that way we need to limit our desires. We should not be expanding, we should not be increasing our desires or our needs. All our needs are fulfilled by Krishna. There is no doubt about it. Krishna takes care of us. And we should not be aiming big means. We should not be like aiming for material things in this material world. Our goal, our aim, our focus is only to deliver ourselves from this material world, to free ourselves from this material world by connecting with Krishna, by remembering Krishna. So what we need in this world is Krishna consciousness. What we need in this world is the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So if we get the full knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if we understand complete Bhagavad Gita, so then that's what we need. That's what we need. We don't need anything else. If we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we know what to do. We know how to act. And of course, Lord Sri Krishna, who is the source of everything, he gives us what we need, what we want. So he takes care of us. That's why Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita in the 6th chapter, Parthanaiveha namutra vinashaka tasya vidyate nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim data gacchati. That's what Krishna is saying. So in the 6th chapter, Parthanaiveha namutra. So in this life or in the next life, Parthanaiveha namutra vinashaka tasya na vidyate. So for the devotee of Krishna, he will not meet with destruction in this life or in the next life also. So that's what Parthanaiveha namutra vinashaka tasya vidyate. So that's what Krishna is saying there. So in the 6th chapter, actually, Krishna is saying in the 40th sloka, Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim data gacchati. One who is engaged in pious activities, kalyana krit kaschit. So kalyana krit kaschit means one who is engaged in pious activities. So nahi means not. Durgatim, no durgatim. That means he will not meet with destruction. So durgatim, nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim data gacchati. So that's what Krishna is telling us. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pratham, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. That's what Krishna is saying. So we are going to always, by Krishna's causeless mercy, when we surrender ourselves unto Krishna, when we are devotees of Krishna, we are not going to meet with destruction. So that way, the question sometimes devotees ask that why the devotees or good people are suffering, all those things. As per Bhagavad Gita, as per Krishna, Krishna is saying very, very clearly, you be my devotee, you don't worry about anything. That's what Krishna is saying. He says very clearly. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim datta kachat. That's what Krishna is saying. That means we are going to go to Krishna. That's what is very important. We are in the right direction. Right now, we are all very fortunate. 1 in 1,000. Only 1 in 1,000 we are. We are studying Bhagavad Gita. Manushyanam sagasresu kaschit yatati siddhi. Only 1 in 1,000 will endeavor for perfection. And we are endeavoring for perfection. So we are very, very fortunate. By Krishna's mercy, we are getting this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So we studied 28 slokas in the 11th chapter. So we understood in the sloka number 24, 25, 26 and 27 and all about how Krishna's universal form looks like. It's very fearful. That's what we need to understand. His universal form Arjuna is seeing. So with horrible teeth, damstra karalani, Bhayanakani, it's very fearful. Bhayanakani. So Arjuna could see that everyone is entering very fast, very rushing into their mouth. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, Drona, Bhishma, Karna, and everyone. So, and they are getting crushed. And some of them are getting stuck between the teeth. Dasanantareshu. Then Churnitai. Churnitai means they are getting crushed. Their heads, Uttamangagi. Uttamangagi means their heads are getting crushed. So that's what Arjuna could see in the universal form, Viswarupa. So then Arjuna gave a nice analogy, nice example for us to understand. Even today, this sloka also we are going to study another analogy, another nice example Arjuna is going to give us. So Arjuna told Krishna in this sloka 28, what we studied yesterday. Yatha nadinam bhagavombu vegaga samudrameva bimukhadravanti tatha tavami naraloka veera visanti vaktrani abhivijvalanti yatha nadinam bhagavombu vegaga samudrameva bimukhadravanti tatha tavami naraloka veera visanti vaktrani abhivijvalanti. Nadinam, the rivers, they are, when they enter into the ocean, so they are rushing very fast into the ocean. So that's what they are yavabhimukha dravanti. So dravanti means they glide, they rush very fast. Tata. So similarly, tavami naraloka veera. So in your mouths, naraloka veeras, all the heroes, all the soldiers, that's what Visanti Vaktrani. In your blazing mouth, they are all rushing very fast. Now in this sloka, what we are studying today, in this sloka number 29, what Arjuna is continuing that. Yatha pradiptam jvalanam patanga visanti nasaya samirdha vegahe tathaiva nasaya visanti lokas tavapi vaktrani samriddha vegaga. Yatha pradiptam jvalanam patanga. Pradiptam jvalanam means your blazing mouth. So basically blazing fire. So that's what blazing fire in your mouth. So yatha pradiptam jvalanam. So in a blazing fire, if there is a fire in a blazing fire, what we see, patanga. Patanga means moths. So the moths, they go very fast and dash into it. So they get destroyed. So that's what Visanti Nasaya. Visanti means they enter Samurdha Vegaga. Samurdha Vegaga means with full force, with very fast. So samurdha vega means with full speed, the moths will just fly and go and just they fall into the fire, in the blazing fire. They are attracted by that fire, attracted by the blazing fire, and they just go and then they just get killed, the moths. So that's what yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga visamti nasaya samurdha vega. So similarly, tataiva nasaya visamti lokas. So similarly, to get destruction, for destruction, all these lokas means all the people in this well, all the soldiers, everyone in this well, the lokas. So the people, they are entering tavapi vaktrani, in your mouth. Tavapi vaktrani visamti samurdha vega. Samurdha vega means with full speed. So with full speed, they are rushing, they are entering, they are rushing very fast into your mouth. Like the moths, they are rushing very fast into the blazing fire. So similarly, I see all the people in this well, they are rushing very fast into your mouth. So that's what Arjuna is telling. So we are understanding what's happening actually in the universal form. It's very fearful. So that is the fact, that is the truth. So we need to understand. We are in this material well. Without having that knowledge, we are actually thinking that this is everything great in this world. We are going to lead a happy life, blissful life. Our life is going to be permanent here. Everything will go as per my plans. I'm going to become this, become that. All such false hopes we are having in this world. Everyone is going to be destroyed. That's what we need to understand. Everyone. So we need to understand our life is temporary. It is not permanent. And our life in this material world is miserable. So we need to get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and focus on Krishna and remember Krishna, serve Krishna and go to Krishna. So then we will be able to actually lead a permanent blissful life in Krishna's well, Goloka. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So this is the science. This is the science of Bhagavad Gita. We need to understand this is the science. We need to study and understand. So by Krishna's mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 29 in the 11th chapter. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.